All right, guys, welcome back to another one. I am the gold standard, and today we are getting into it with the 5-time reigning regional champion, Belo Betty. Now, the reason I say 5-time champion, even though she's won way more than that this season, is because at the time of release of this video, in the last 2 weekends, we've had 6 total regional tournaments, and she won 5 of those, which is absolutely insane, guys. So today we're gonna look at the 3 most recent deck lists so you can see kind of what's different and what's the same across all decks. We'll go through the different components of the decks, ideal lines of play, and give you everything you need so that you can pick this leader up and start playing, or if you run into her, so that you know how to beat her. So guys, sit back, kick your feet up, and let's play some One Piece. Okay guys, up first, let's just chat a little bit about her leader ability and then go through the different deck lists. So Belo Betty is a 4-life, 5,000 power leader in the colors of red and yellow, and her ability reads, activate main once per turn. You may discard 1 Rev Army type card from your hand, give up to 3 of your revolutionary or trigger type characters plus 3,000 power for this turn. So basically you pitch a Rev Army from your hand and you can give 3 different characters on your board plus 3,000. So this deck leans very heavy into that leader ability and plays like an aggro deck where you're basically pitching a card each turn and just swinging 7, 8s, and 9s into your opponent every turn. So up first, let's briefly look at the different deck lists so that you can see which cards are basically the same in all decks and which are kind of flex spots. This is the Canadian regional champion from Toronto, and the big difference that you'll see here is he is playing Raise Max and the Honesty Impact. This is the deck list from Mexico, and the big difference here is they are playing the 7-cost Sabo, which I will talk about a little bit later in this video, is very much a tech option and a good one. And finally, this is the French Champions deck list, and I would argue that this one is the most standard of the 3 because it doesn't really have any of these different tech options that we would see in the others. But guys, I left all of these deck lists in the description so you can go through and look at them yourself and decide which one maybe you want to use. So now knowing that basically all of these other core cards are going to be in any Belo Betty deck list, let's go through and break this thing down so you know exactly what's in it. So up first, we have what I call value plays. And these are plays where, for instance, you play like a 4-cost character and you get another 4-cost character for free. So for 4 Dawn, you're actually getting 8 Dawn worth of value, hence a value play. So up first is the 4-cost 5,000 power Ivankov. And this also has a 1k counter on it, but it's activate main once per turn. If this character has 7,000 power or more, play up to 1 Rev Army type character with 5,000 power or less other than Ivankov from your hand. So basically you can use leader ability, buff up Ivankov here, and then put another 5,000 power body on the field just because this character is 7k or more. And you'll see that comes up all the time with this deck. Like, this card is super critical. Up next, we have the 5-cost 6,000 power Searcher Ivankov, whose on play is look at the top 3 cards of your deck, play up to 1 Rev Army type character with 5,000 power or less, then place the rest at the bottom of your deck. So you search, you find something with 5,000 power, and you just get to play it for free. So this is an epic 5-Dawn turn if you're playing it on curve. And then finally is the 6-cost 6,000 power Koala Blocker, whose on play is you may add 1 card from the top or bottom of your life cards to your hand, and then play 1 Rev Army type character with a cost of 4 or less from your hand. If you do, draw a card. Koala's nice because you're getting something from life, you're also drawing a card, and you're developing a 4-cost, which in this case, if you developed Ivankov, you could actually use leader ability and trigger another body in. So for really 6 Dawn, you can potentially get almost 14 Dawn worth of characters on the board. It doesn't happen often, but it can happen. And it's worth knowing that it's a possibility. So those are your different value plays and a very critical part of this deck because you are trying to develop a big board so that you can use your leader ability and just swing multiple times every turn. So up next, we have consistency options, and I broke these into 2 different categories. The first one is going to be more or less different search options. Yes, the stage is more of a filter option, but these 2 allow you to search things and draw cards. And then these 3 are ones that give you access to your life cards and allow you to draw either top or bottom of your life, which is a consistency option because you're actually getting more cards from your life that you might need that turn. So first up, we have the 1-cost Belo Betty Searcher, 2,000 power, 1k counter, look at top 5 and you can grab a Rev Army other than Belo Betty, and then you bottom deck the rest. The other option we have is the 1-cost Stage, which is activate main. You can trash a card from your hand, rest the stage, look at the top 3, grab 1 Rev Army, add it to your hand, and bottom deck the rest. So again, these are search options. Now these are different life options. So first is the 2-cost 2,000 power Zeus, who is a 2k counter, but its on play is you may add 1 card from the top or bottom of your life cards to your hand, KO up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a 5-cost or less. So this is a nice removal option. For 2 Dawn, you can KO a 5-cost or less, and you get to draw something from life. So up next, we have the 5-cost 5,000 power Sabo, and this is also a 2K counter. I could not find this in English, so I just put the Japanese one in here, but his activate main is that you can take the top or bottom of your life card into your hand, and then he gains plus 1000 power. So again, more just life manipulation. And then finally, the 6 cost, 6000 power blocker Koala, we already talked about her, but you get to take either the top or bottom of your life, and you get one more draw option if you do play a 4 cost or lower from your hand. So Koala is nice because she also does give you that extra card draw. And then last but not least, because I think it fits in perfectly with this consistency section, let's talk about this 7 cost Sabo as a tech option. So he is a 7 cost, 7000 power 1K counter, and his on play is place up to 1 Rev Army type character from your hand on top of your life face up. Then if you have 2 or more life, put the top or bottom card of your life into your hand. So this is another type of life manipulation and life control. So you can put something in life and potentially arm a trigger. So something like Lindbergh you can put into life, and then when they attack in, they'll trigger Lindbergh and you can play him out. And then it also allows you to draw the bottom card of your life, which might, if you're playing into something like UP Luffy, be a Karasu that they've put into the bottom of your life with one of their Linlins. And then finally, he does have a trigger which says if your leader is multicolored, you can draw 2 cards. And so it's a good trigger just outright for drawing cards and kind of keeping momentum. And honestly, if you have 2 in hand, you can technically play 1 and put the other in life to be triggered and then draw the 2 cards off of it. And so the versatility of this card is actually pretty sweet and I think kind of overlooked. And so I applaud the player from Mexico for putting this in and going all the way with it. Now, again, I would argue that these 3 cards are some of the most critical cards in this deck, because what a lot of people will do when they're playing into Belo Betty is they will starve you out, meaning they won't attack into life because they don't want to trigger things like Lindbergh or Morley from your life and have them come into play. They would rather just focus on dealing with your board and letting you run out of steam. And so these cards give you access to your life when you need them. Up next, I just briefly want to talk about different removal options in this deck, because there aren't a lot, but there are some interesting things you can do. So first, we already talked about Zeus. KO is a 5 cost or less at the cost of one of your life cards. Next up is the 2 cost 2000 power 1K counter Bartholomew, whose on play is KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 2000 power or less. Also, his trigger is if your leader is multicolored, you can play this card. So another thing that could be triggered from life. And the last cool removal card we have is the 4 cost 5000 power 1K Lindbergh, who's when attacking, if this character has 7000 power or more, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 3000 power or less. And he does have a trigger, which is you can trash 1 card from hand and you can play him out from life. Now, both of these benefit from power reduction, which is what these 2 cards are for. So you have the 2 cost 3000 power 2K counter Koala, whose on play is if your leader has Rev Army, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 3000 power during this turn. So you can put her into play and either attack with Lindbergh to remove a 6K body, or just put in Kuma here and remove a 5K body. And then Raise Max is a 1 cost 2000 power character whose activate main is you can place this character at the bottom of the owner's deck, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 3000 power during this turn. So both of these give minus 3000 power, and they pair very nicely with these 2 cards. Cool, so those are all your different removal options, and they do come up fairly often in this deck. Now that you know all the different components of this deck, let's go through the ideal curves, starting with the odd curve, which I would argue is slightly worse. So turn 1, you have 1 Dawn. You can either play your Searcher or your Stage, totally up to you, or whichever you have in hand. Turn 2, the only real 3 Dawn card we have is Inazuma, or you can play out like a Raise Max to develop some kind of power reduction for later, or a Searcher or Stage if you have those in hand. But really, Inazuma is the only 3 cost character we have. And so you'll see that's kind of why I don't think this curve works as well for Betty. But let's continue on. So turn 3, you were at 5 Dawn, and your best play is to play the 5 cost Ivankov, because you develop Ivankov, you get the Search. If you're really lucky, you can maybe find the other Ivankov, and then if you're really lucky, you can use your leader ability to pop down another body with this Ivankov. And in particular, what you're looking for is Karasu. So turn 4, you're at 7 Dawn. If you haven't developed Karasu in the previous turn, you definitely want to get it down. And a decent way to do it, if you also have it in hand, is to play the Koala blocker, who allows you to also play out a 4 cost. So what you can do is develop a blocker and Karasu. And if you do all of this, you now basically have 5 different 5K or better attackers in the span of 2 turns, which is kind of insane, and why you can see how this deck can cook when it actually is cooking. Up next, let's take a look at the even curve. But guys, before that, if you are getting any value out of this video, please do not forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It really does help the channel out. And guys, if you are looking for other ways to support this channel and you're already planning to buy cards, think about using the TCG player link that I have in the description of all of my videos. It gives me a small percentage of whatever purchase you make. Currently, we're sitting at almost $90 in the account total. And my plan is once we hit 100 to buy a box of whatever the newest set is and just give it away on the channel. So guys, if you use the code, great. If not, no worries at all. I already appreciate everything you're doing just from watching this video. Now let's get back into it. Cool guys, so now let's let's take a look at the even curve so you can see why I think that this curve is so much better. So turn 1, you have 2 Dawn, and if you have it, playing 2 Searchers this turn is an insane start for this leader because you can attack with both of those using your leader ability the following turn, and that's 3 5k swings including your leader that you can get in on your second turn. Anyway, turn 1, you're playing both your Searchers. Turn 2, you are at 4 Dawn, so you can already start using the Ivankov trick where you play Ivankov, use your leader ability to buff everything. If you've already played the 2 Searchers, you get to buff those and swing with them. And then you can play out Karasu if you have it from hand, or any other 5,000 power Rev army, and you're already developing a nasty board to then swing in again with the next turn and play another body off Ivankov. So really just seeing these 2 turns alone, you can see how nasty being on the even curve can be. Now turn 3, you're at 6 Dawn. You can use the Ivankov Searcher trick to develop another body, or if you have another 4 cost in hand, you can play it and then use your 2 cost Zeus to remove whatever 5 cost they've played on the turn in between, which is also great because you're developing a body, removing something on their board, and then you're still just applying insane pressure with the other stuff in this curve. Now turn 4, you are at 8 Dawn, and this is a great time to play the Koala trick because you develop a 6 cost blocker, and if you haven't already, you can develop a Karasu or even a second Karasu. And if you are attacking with both Karasus on board, you are doing minus 2,000 to their leader. And so even like putting 1 Dawn on a Zeus or something becomes kind of a problem for them. Cool, guys, that is the ideal even curve. And honestly, if you can hit these first 2 turns going even, it is going to be so hard for your opponents to keep up with what you're doing, and you're almost always going to win that game. Cool, guys, that's all I've got for Betty here. Let me know if you guys are using this leader and seeing a lot of success with her, both like locally and maybe at bigger tournaments. I'd love to hear what you guys are doing. And also, I'd love to hear what kind of tech options you guys are using because there's not a lot of space, but I have definitely seen some interesting tech ideas. So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and let's get into some gameplay. Cool, so we are in it with a Buggy here, and Buggy is actually one of our worst matchups. Because once they put that promo Buggy down, we have to we can only play, they took second from us, which is kind of wild. I mean, we have to keep this because we can just get everything we need. Yeah, we keep this, we deploy this. That's actually kind of an interesting one, but I just worry that they're going to get promo Buggy down. So I'll wait. We do have a Karasu blocker, which is nice. And we potentially have a little bit of removal if we can find the other pieces. Surprised he took second. That seems, yeah, okay, see, he grabs promo Buggy. Okay, so we can make use of these, which is nice. Potentially even Bartolomeo here. I can probably get him down. In fact, I'm going to because I can KO one of these. And that's just 1 less. Okay. Yeah, this is fine with me. I'm assuming he takes this first one because he has 5 life and lots of cards. Still can't use leader ability next turn though. Oh, he counters with Buggy. Cool. Let's search. That's pretty solid right there. 5 cost or less. That's not going to help. I mean, this does help us, but we probably can't use it. So this at least helps us spam bodies in, kind of. We'll have to see what we can cook up here. Because he's offline and potentially Ivankov. We'll see what we get searched up from here. Okay, so he's just drawing here. We'll pitch one of these blockers to just pump all this and just kind of go in. Five, yeah, we'll take this first one. Honestly, yeah, we'll just play him out. KO this. That's actually a good trigger for us right now. Okay. What do we want to pitch here? So we make all these 5,000 powers. We can also play this out. I mean, obviously we play this out, but I'm just trying to think of anything we want to put in because we could also play this into this. We'll see if he puts promo down next turn. Kind of don't care, honestly. So let's go here. I don't think we're going to need him. blockers could come in handy. So I think we got 5. So let's go 5. We'll go 5, 5, 5, 5, and just either get cards or get life. Cool. Trash. I mean, Lindbergh's kind of interesting, but not really. He can KO. I mean, he can't attack, though, most likely. So, yeah, we pitch him. We'll go here and here. Just go 5s across the board. He takes that. Takes that, too. That's crazy. Interesting that he was countering so much in the beginning and then takes both of those. He takes 3 life there? All right. Morally interesting. I mean, the problem is that she is still better, objectively. Because, yeah. Sure. Yeah, because she's a 3,000 power. He clears one of these, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. And then he's got an 8. I mean, he's got some problems coming his way this next turn. I can throw down Karasu and really make it a problem, too. I kind of don't want to use that. Yeah. Yeah, we definitely play Karasu, and then we just tee off. He's pitching Promo Buggy to play Promo Buggy into... He's got to put down a blocker, right? Like a Mihawk? Yeah, okay. So we're at 7, so I can play both of these. Set up a blocker here. Pitch this guy. Yeah. Pump these 3, and then just replace them with this and this. Or replace one of them. So, yeah, so here's how we're going to do this. We're going to go here. He's a 4,000 now. We'll pitch Lindbergh. We'll play this out. Yeah. Actually, we'll pitch this guy because he's chalked at this point. Yeah, so let's go here, here, and here. I'll play this out. So let's go 5. We'll go 5, 5, 6, 9. See what we can get here. There's a lot of 2Ks out of his hand. Okay. I mean, does he give us the 2 2Ks here? Well, a 2K and a 1K. Oh my God. And then we have to go here. 9 on 4. It's crazy. That's absolutely nuts. And then we drop this in over this. And we call it good there. So Karasu, unfortunately, is offline next turn. It is what it is. He can potentially develop more blockers here. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at that. I mean, he had another blocker and that's it. I mean, he had bricks in his hand, just bricks, absolute bricks. I mean, that happens with Buggy sometimes. GG, GG. Dang. All right, so we're in it with a UP Luffy. We have this into this. I mean, we have some turn 1-ish plays, kinda. I can put Koala in for the heck of it, I guess. I just love seeing these together. I'll try it. We'll try it. There we go. Ooh, another Karasu is pretty solid right here. It could be so dangerous and fun. But developing bodies is also good. But I think we go Karasu. Tempted to just drop in a Koala to attack with. But alas. Let me think, because we go 5. We'll have an extra Dawn, so we can go 6. I'll just do 2 big swings next turn. That'll be better. Let's go 7. They take that. All right. Because we can go Ivankov into Karasu. I can pitch probably her. This guy can give us life if they're starving us out. We'll see what he does here on this turn. Doflamingo blocker. I've been seeing those a lot more recently. I mean, it's a good card for this deck. You get to stack your life, and then presumably if you're off curve and you're hit 9 and you have Sanji, you can use it. Interesting. Very interesting. So we go here. Now we can do some interesting things too. We'll pitch one of these. Pitch this. We'll go here, here. We go here, here. Give him that. And let's go, what, 5, 6 here, right? I don't see any reason not to. So he has to have like Grav Blade or something in hand, like right now. Otherwise, he's got a problem. Okay, 2K. Oh, he didn't ramp that first turn. Okay, so he can't even Grav Blade. I thought for sure he ramped. Okay. I mean, yeah, all yours, dude. Not gonna protect that. Okay, another blocker. It's annoying, but it is what it is. Okay, I can actually get rid of, what is this, 3, 2? I could play these. Get rid of this. I could also use this. I could get rid of everything, actually, right now. Pitch this, play this out, but I would be kind of in a bad way, potentially. So let's go, what, 3, 2, gets rid of him. This adds a card, gets rid of her. So let's do that first. Yeah, let's do this. Let's take the bottom for the heck of it. KO that. This ain't terrible. I don't have enough Dawn to play it though right now. I might actually just pitch it since we have counter. Let's go, let me think about this. We go with -3, yeah. We KO it. We now have a bunch of bodies too. Let's go here. What do we want to trash? Okay, yeah, he bounced. Look at that. That's a crazy hand, though. He had 1 Dawn up for one of these attacks, so we were going to go here, here. He was going to be a 4,000 power body. That's crazy. That's crazy. Man, when Betty hits, she hits. That was a good hand for us. Very good. Good draw. Cool. GG's, GG's. Okay, cool. So we've got Smoker here. This is one of their worst matchups, I think, is us. We will keep that. Yeah, because we can KO stuff here. Yeah. I can find Karasu. I don't find Karasu, but this guy could be useful because we can KO blockers if they get him down. She's not bad. I think we go here, though, because I can play that off of Ivankov if I need to. Honestly, we'll put this in next turn, too. Okay, they're searching. Yeah, this is... We'll see. Okay, grabs a Rosinante blocker. Perfect, because, I mean, we can just blast those. Another Ivankov. I mean, I can go doubles. I can swing with both of these here for 5, but I don't know why I would, honestly. I'm going to just keep the extra body for now. Okay, they take that. It looked like they got a trigger, but we shall find out. So they're at 4. We'll see. We'll see what they put in. Because we're going Ivankov into Lindbergh on this turn. Okay, cool. Put down a Sanji blocker, and they do attack. So we take that. No trigger on that. We do get the Honesty Impact, which is actually critical in this matchup. Okay, so let's go here. What do we pitch? I guess we pitch another Lindbergh to play out Lindbergh. Seems kind of counterproductive, but I mean, this also just KOs one of these, which is cool. That's all right. Let's go here. Let's trash. Yeah, we trash out Lindbergh. Let's go on all these. Let's use her ability. Let's play out another Lindbergh. So what do we have here? He's a 7, which I'll KO next time. Noted. Lindbergh can KO this next time, assuming it survives. So what do we go? We have 5, 6 here? Sure. Gonna keep this blocker for now. Like, this into this on a kid is gonna feel awesome. Okay, so now we don't even need to attack with the leader here. Yeah, I'll just end the turn because we'll KO this guy next turn. And if he wants to swing into this, great. I could also drop this in off of Ivankov here. Got some options. We got options. Okay, searching. Okay. I actually think I'll KO that. That'll be a much better use of Zeus here. Because these things are a problem for us. They really suck. Yep, all yours. It's kind of what I was hoping for. That's best case scenario. Ooh, okay. So this does not protect... Ooh, and we can go Karasu here. Cool, so this doesn't protect this because she's not rested. So we go here first. I'm gonna take the bottom life. We KO that. Got 2 blockers. I kind of want to put this in and we can just like absolutely flesh our board out. But actually we don't need to. We really don't. Yeah, we'll just pitch this. Okay, here's the play. Yeah, we play this. Let's go ahead and we'll pitch Ivankov. Let's go 2, 3. Use this. Pop this in over this. Go here. So let me think about this. We got 7, 7, 8. Yeah, we got plenty of juice here. Let's go first with this. KO this. Okay, takes that. Let's go 7. Lindbergh's so good. Just popping Rosinante like that. It's awesome. Takes that. Okay. Good progress. Good progress, gang. So I'm assuming he plays Kid, but I mean, he's not going to have enough Dawn to really make it work. I don't know what he's going to do next turn. Maybe a bunch of blockers. Just takes that. Okay. Cool with me. Sounds good. 8 Dawn. 8 Dawn, my friend. I don't know what he's going to do here. Honestly, this Betty nonsense is kind of insane. I mean, that Zeus to get rid of a smoker is nasty work. He's at 0 life here. I mean, I just don't see what they can possibly do. I have an honesty impact in hand for a Kid. Again, I don't know. Like, I'm assuming they play Kid and then drop something into it, you know? Maybe a Tashigi? I don't know. He's cooked, honestly. Does go for Hody. Okay, so he's going to clear some stuff. That's fine with me. I wonder if he's going to try and get rid of Karasu here. That's what I would do if I was him. But, like, there's only so much he can get rid of. Okay. I mean, 6, what? He could go 6. Okay, okay. If he only attacks for 6, he's fine. We're good. But he should attack for 7, 7, 8. If he's a gambling man. Okay, so he is gonna go 7. Awesome. Well, game over, friend. Tempted to just let him, we'll give him hope. Oh, man. Well, that's that. GG. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he could have done there. That was basically it. I applaud him for going all in there. That was pretty good. I mean, if I didn't draw any counter there, like on that one, that could have been a problem. But we did. We did. That was the move. Well, GG's, GG's.